If you feel stuck not knowing how to grow your existing personal brand because everyone on Instagram has loads of different advice, this video will be the clarity you'll need to start scaling and monetizing your personal brand. The framework I'll be telling you is the same framework we used to grow Breakthrough Capital from 3K followers to 20K followers, resulted them in getting 1.8 million revenue and selling the business for 1.3 to 1.4 million dollars in only a span of 4 months. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how you'll create demand and attention for your personal brand, make them so nurtured that once you have product to sell, it's pretty much instant buy from them, and convert them easily without needing these confusing landing pages and fancy VSLs. And this is basically the whole process inside LCE Media. Alright, so I want to start things off with demand creation system. The main purpose of this is to attract the right and qualified people consistently. And the first way to do this is extracting chosen competitors' real DNA. And the first step to do this is list 5 to 10 people you consider as competitor. So we're doing in trading niche is we have Yarimi, we have Zamco, we have my boy Kareem, we have the PB Trading, Official One FX, or like my boy Riyad, and also Silvio Trades. And then after that is you will pick 2 to 3 outlier video for each creator. So outlier simply means is the videos that has gone viral into their account. That's pretty much it. It's like has loads of views than their average views. So Yarimi has 22k average views, but he got 357k in this video, 155k in this video. And we also have my boy Kareem averaging around 37k views, got 269k and also 67.9. So basically trying to find the videos that has gone viral in their account. So that are outlier videos. So once you have those outlier videos, is you will divide those videos into 6 variables. What is the topic? What is the angle? What is the hook? What is the video/story structure, visual format, and the audio they use. So if you want like definition on each of these variables, is we have topic, what is the 1-sentence simple description of what the video is all about. The angles is what is the unique twist, view, interesting facts about the topic, what makes the video stand out among other videos within the same topic. So you could be talking about trading, but you can have a unique angle on why risk management is like the best thing in the world. You can have like an angle of like how you lost $1,000 by just having a bad system. So the hook is simply what is the video spoken hook, title hook, and the visual hook. The video/story structure is what is the video's overall structure that made the topic easier to understand and how the creator delivered it. So the visual format is simply asking yourself what video/visual format does the video have that made it easier for the audience to understand the topic. And of course the audio is simply like the music they use, right? So you break down every single outlier video they have, find the consistent similarities, copy it, and change other variables to make it unique to you specifically. So let's say for example on the angle, the constant similarities I found within their outlier videos is all of them show a pain plus proof angle where they basically state their painful state on where they were, and then giving proof showing on how they come out of it, and more of a emotional relatability over information about trading in these reels. And then for the differences, for example, is you can use your own story but with the same emotional core from your actual life. And also for the visual format is you can get creative with different types of content visual format like green screen, different camera angles, etc. So simple explanation is once you have these outliers, you start asking yourself this type of questions, and then try and find the similarities within those videos and then start keeping them. So what you can do is you can start putting your own unique twist to it, or like your own unique mechanism. Let's say for example your story that is going to make your video unique to you, as well as making it higher chance of it going viral. And then the next one is extracting outlier reels DNA framework. So this is not on your competition, but rather it is on the search engine. So first is you search 5 outlier reels from TikTok/Instagram search engine using certain niche specific keywords. So let's say for example for trading is of course trading forex, options, futures, and then you search it within your desired platform, and then after that is do the same process as before. You break it all down to 6 variables and then see which similarities they have and start changing the other variables that makes the video unique to you. But there's like one big problem if you just follow this blindly. You're just copying other people and not standing out. And this is the reason why I made this my story form, or like story podcast. This is basically a form that you answer so you can start getting to know about yourself more, and then finding your own story so you can start sharing them into your audience, making you stand out against the competition. I mean, they can basically sell the same thing to other people. And the only way for you to differentiate yourself is simply telling your story to your audience and making them relate to you, so they relate to you the most, buy from you regardless of other competitors out there. Because other competitors, they're not relatable whatsoever. But you since you're telling your own story, how you come up, that's gonna resonate to a lot of people. So that's the reason why inside LCA Media is I hop on 1 to 2 hour call with them, extracting their detailed stories and beliefs from them. And I also made them to answer this weekly assessment every 1 to 2 weeks to make sure the stories aren't being saturated in your content. So now that we have unlimited ideas that are proven to get a lot of reach, which is the Outlier Real DNA framework, and then the mechanism to make you stand out against these competitors, which is comes from story form or like storytelling, we need to make sure you're targeting the right ISP, or like the ideal student profile. Other people call this ICP, or ideal client profile. Since you're targeting more of like students, is we gotta change it, man. We gotta change it. So this basically answers your students' desire, fears, and objection to base your content around on, because basically we have to target a person. We just can't target loads amount of people. We have to target one. But simply targeting that one person every single content won't maximize your reach towards them. Think about it this way. Would you rather have 10,000 view video with 50% are ISP, which is there's like 5,000, or would you rather have like 100,000 view video with 10% are ISP, which is 10,000? Of course, if you're smart enough, you will choose the latter, right? Because the most viewed video with small percentage of ISP always wins. But of course, we don't want to be mindless by trying to always chase for the metrics. So the best way to have this effect is widening your TAM/TAA, or like total addressable market or audience. So the best example for this is from one of my clients. Is she's targeting struggling creatives. So the best way to do this is trying to figure out your total addressable audience is simply asking yourself, what is like the step before this? So she's targeting struggling creatives. What is like the next step before that? It's creatives with inconsistent income. What is the next step before that? Is self-employed females who want to make money through investing. What is the next step before that? Is females who want their money working while they are asleep, which is through investing. And simply making videos for this huge amount of audience, there will be a way for the struggling creatives to watch that video, because it has gone viral. A lot of people have seen that, and then of course struggling creatives would be one of them, right? So that is pretty much it on how you can widen your TAA, or like total addressable market. And simply, demand creation system is content research for outlier videos, either from your competitors or through search engine. Story podcast to differentiate yourself from the rest, which comes from storytelling, and then targeting your ISP to dial in your content's messaging, and then widening your TAM or TAA to maximize your reach towards your ICP. Before we continue, if you don't want the hassle of doing all this, you can book a free content strategy call down below. This isn't a sales call, this is completely for free. So if you're interested, open the link below, book a call, and see you there, man. So the next step of the framework is building a nurturing infrastructure. What this simply means is, let's say for example, people are already coming to you from the demand creation system. You're getting views, you're getting traction. The best way for them to become your student is simply nurturing them first before selling. This makes them realize that you know what you're doing and trust you. And it comes from lead magnets and ManyChat automation. Lead magnet is simply means something you give away for free. This is simply giving them an elite ball game for free. Then ManyChat automation is simply a software that automatically sends messages on your behalf. Hopefully you already know this. But yeah, we have this theory from Google, and then they call it like 7-11 4 rule. This simply means is the buyer needs to have like 7 hours of engagement, 11 touch points in 4 separate locations/platform before trusting a brand enough to make major purchase. Put it simply, more engagement on your free stuff equals more time spent on you. More time spent on you equals more sales. Now, the best example for this is actually from an e-commerce brand, which is Davey Fogarty. Davey Fogarty has this massive clipping brand that generate loads of demand. Bro, I remember him not leaving my freaking algorithm just because of how much this clipping account is posting and also generating bunch of demand. And within this video, he's having this comment CTAs that funnels people into his YouTube account. So to basically put this simply is he generates demand of audience, which is the people who want to get rich through IG Reels, and then those people will generate loads of interests enough that they will comment into one of their videos, and then they will be funneled into a lead magnet on how to start, which is this YouTube video right here, then nurturing that audience to achieve that 7-hour engagement. Imagine watching this full 11-hour course. After that course, bro, you're ready to buy that's how overpowered this stuff is. And the thing is, we also did the same thing for Breakthrough Capital. We often do a lot of giveaways, which is this one is like free Rolex, and then the next one is like discount codes and free accounts. So use code no tax and 30% of all challenges, and then we also did like free accounts. And the main reason for this is they will be introduced into the product itself, and then eventually they will buy other expensive stuff from them just because of these lead magnets. So lead magnet is simply introducing them into what you have to offer so that they trust you on whatever big you have to offer next. So this is like the core principle of like lead magnet. So lead magnet, people try slash test slash watch your product slash service for free. If it's good, they engage more, they buy. If it's bad, they leave. That's pretty much it. So how do you exactly build one? But before we start building one is we have to assess your business type. There's like 3 business types out there. There's course sellers, mentorship slash coaching, and then services. Course sells info. Mentorship sells info plus guidance. Then services sells info, guidance, and time. I mean, all of them sell time, but services sells time the most because it is basically done for them. So if your business type is courses, you basically just sell video course module. Do not give them a free whole course because they won't buy your actual course. But rather, is giving away a small portion of it. So let's say, for example, this is your standard trading course. Is you have loads of different modules in that course. To generate a free lead magnet to them is simply giving this one away, which is the module one. Oftentimes these are just introduction, oftentimes these are just teaching them the basics. Give that away and then sell the rest for a price. The next one is mentorship slash coaching. Basically, if you sell mentorship, is you can pretty much give away a lot. You give away the whole info, the whole course, but you sell the guidance to fast track the progress. So let's say, for example, on the same trading course we have, is you can basically give away the entire thing. But here's the thing, people still need to apply what they learn, and this takes years, man. They apply it wrong, they fail, they assess, they got it correct, and then they apply another principle wrong again, they fail, they assess, they got, bro, it will take years. So basically, you're selling them info to remove the guesswork, saving them the years of struggle by purchasing your mentorship. You will be their guidance. But what if you sell both course and mentorship? And this is where I want to introduce you to USP, or like your unique selling. What's your own mechanism that gets them the same result? So in trading perspective, in the trading niche, is people want to be profitable. People want to earn money through trading. What is your own mechanism, your own strategy that get them the same result? So let's say, for example, for my boy Sam, Trendlines, he got TRLS concept. It's his own. We've got my boy Brad, or like Savvy Trades. He has his own level mastery. And then from the last 3 we broke down is we have PB Trading. He has his own strategy. Silvio, he has his own strategy. Riyadh, he has own strategy. So the core thing about this is they have their own strategy to get the same result. So if you're selling course and mentorship at the same time, is you can give the whole trading course away. But the module for teaching them your exact strategy on how to get results is locked away. You can also sell the guidance. So that's the main thing. So if you sell both, you give them the basic stuff while you hide your exact strategy to get them results. So now that you have your own lead magnet, it's time to give it away for free. You can give them like one by one, module by module, or you can give them the whole shebang, the whole trading course immediately. And the best way to do this is having a comment CTA, making a reel specifically for promoting your own lead magnets. So what will happen is people will be interested. They will comment, let's say for example, blueprint. Then you will send them the lead magnets through DMs, and you can only do that through ManyChat automation because it's incredibly inefficient for us to be DMing people. Let's say for example, you have like hundreds of people that are interested in your lead magnets. Bro, you won't be DMing 100 people one by one. We gotta have it automated, man. So this is how you start ManyChat. Of course, we gotta log out. Let me sign. So you go to ManyChat. So once you're in ManyChat, what you will do is, of course, start creating your own account. And then it's either where would you like to start? You can use Instagram, and you can continue with Google. I will continue with Google because why not? So once you already have your own account, what you will do is press your IG account right here, and then press this automation, new automation, and then auto DM links from comments. So press that. It's pretty much easy, and find a video that is specifically for promoting your lead magnet. So let's say for example, this is like this one. So let's say for example, this specific reel is promoting my lead magnet, and then let's say for example, the keyword is like framework. Boom, specific, boom, the next, and then you can have like opening the DM, hey, was good. Do you want the free guide to start trading? And then you can have like reply which is yes, and then you can have next. Then you'll give him like, let's say for example, you give it like random video. So let's say for example, boom, copy that, send that thing, then boom. I think that's pretty much it. Then after that, you go press go live, then boom. That's that. If I comment framework, it will automatically like send me the opening DM, and then they will get the YouTube video. Of course, I will stop that immediately because I don't want that. I don't want that from happening, bro. Imagine sending a Daniel Dalen video on ManyChat one. So let's move on. So that's basically how you start ManyChat automation. And few reminders for this one is do not constantly mention your lead magnet because it will create follower burnout. Follower burnout is simply people who stops watching / engaging with your content because of repetition. They just won't engage in it. If you just keep on telling that I have free trading course, I have this free course, they feel like they're just being sold on. So that's what it is, even if it's free. And the second one is do not force sell your mentorship inside of a lead magnet. We want to lower their guard as much as possible by just giving them free stuff with no return. But of course, there's like the return, their attention, and also their trust. So that's how it is. So the last step of the framework is the revenue activation layer. So you will start converting nurtured audience into paying students. So at this point, your audience are nurtured and engaged enough to see you as an authority and start trusting you because of your free trading course. But they're also experiencing new problem after giving them your lead magnet. They don't have the specific strategy on how to get result like you. They also don't have the guidance to fast track their progress because of this cycle right here. Because this cycle, man, bro, this takes years, man. They will apply it wrong, they will fail, they will assess, they will get it correct, and then they will apply it wrong again, they will fail. This takes years, I swear. But this is where you show them the benefits of joining you. How? It's through story selling, through IG story sequences. So as you can see, Instagram has used this feature as stories, and then we will utilize that to selling them what we had to offer, to selling them the mentorship that you've been hiding for all this time. I'll tell later why this is so powerful in a moment, but this is like the whole framework on how to do this stuff. So the first one is the hook. The hook is simply your lifestyle, your blunt claim, or like social proof. And the simple definition is I've been doing insert ISP desire. For example, is I've been traveling the world while I make $900 in 1 hour in my laptop. That's what every trader's desire. Then the next one is the ISP problem / pain. You basically will tell them the problems they're experiencing. So let's say for example, a lot of ISPs still insert problem they're stuck with. So let's say for example, a lot of traders are still stuck in guesswork trying to figure out which strategy to use, nor how to even apply them correctly. So you're already attacking the main problem, which is they are still stuck in guesswork and trying to figure out which strategy to use, nor on even how to apply them correctly. So that is like the main problem. That is the main problem. The next step of the framework is so showing them proof, and it goes like this. But one of my students gained ISP desire in just insert time frame after joining mentorship. So let's say for example, but one of my students, Zach, recently passed his funded account after 2 weeks joining with me. It is entirely possible. The next step of the framework is showing them the solution on how they did. All they did is insert what they did, do it vaguely. So let's say for example, all he did was to learn the exact trading framework I used, hop on 2 group calls, and is getting the same result as I did. To be honest, this sounds like guru, man. I have to change this. But the next step of the framework is having the subtle CTA. And it goes like this. Since I saw loads of you still insert problem you're stuck with, I opened my program for only slots / deadlines. So for example, since loads of you still struggle with it, I figured to reopen 7 more spots inside my community for 24 hours, and then you put your onboarding link or like reply CTA. I would say this is not the entire game because this is like incredibly unoptimized. This might not get like this best result, but the main reason why this works is story sequences feel more personal and directed towards them because it came from Instagram stories. And then if done correctly, it taps to the human psychology of injecting fear of missing out or FOMO, that other people already solved the problems that they're experiencing but they still haven't. It also creates the sense of urgency to buy because your mentorship can only be accessed through your story sequences. So let's say for example, you closed everything, you're not selling anything, you put your audience's guard down that you're not selling anything. Right after they're experiencing the problem, that's where you put your story sequences, telling them that other people already solved the problem they're experiencing. Bro, it will create loads of FOMO that they will immediately buy what you have to offer because, as I said, it is limited spots, And also, it is within a deadline, it is within a time period. This is the reason why I put slots slash deadline, because it is like it will make people act fast. They won't double think, they will get it fast as long as the problem they're experiencing is painful enough for them to take action. And this is how you can sell without needing a sales webinar. No complicated landing page and VAS salesman. You just generate demand and attention, make them trust you by giving them free stuff with nothing in return except their attention and trust, then make them fear missing out on your mentorship every now and then through story selling. That's basically it. That's like the whole entire LCA media framework. And a few reminders, of course, is do not try to story sell every time. Ideally, it should be around 1 to 2 weeks, every 1 to 2 weeks. Because what will happen is people will start considering you as a sellout if you do it every single day and ignore your brand completely after that. It's not good. And then the next reminder is post other story besides story sell. Ideally, every day you post a new story about your life, about your work, about the gym, about reading, etc. Like anything that interests you. It's like living your day to day. Like take a picture of it. So that's how you make your audience put their guard down so they won't label you as a sellout or like guru or like scammers, even if it's not scam. So that's the same framework we use to grow Breakthrough Capital, and still using this framework inside LCA Media. But if you don't want the hassle of doing all of this, you can book a free content strategy call down below. And as I said, this isn't going to be a sales call. I'll give you the ball knowledge at no cost. So yeah, I'll see you there, man.